Hey guys, today I'm going to be reading Codename Bananas by David Walliams. Part 1, Time to Dare. Chapter 1, Wibble Wobble. Life, love, laughter. The world had been plunged into a war of unimaginable horror. So these three things were more important than ever. They are important to this story too. Our adventure begins on a cold, crisp afternoon in London in December 1940, in London Zoo to be precise. There, a little boy had just made a discovery that made him laugh for the first time in a long, long time. Ha ha ha! That little boy was 11. An 11-year-old orphan named Eric. He was short for his age and had sticky out ears, which made him feel like he stuck out. The boy wore glasses, but one of the lenses was cracked, and he didn't have any money to repair them. As soon as the bell rang for the end of school, Eric could run out the gates as fast as his little legs would take him. He hated school, where he was picked on mercilessly for his sticky out ears and given the name Wing Nuts. Eric, who had been given strict orders by his grandmother to hurry straight home, but he couldn't resist taking a detour. From school, he dashed through the streets, dodging mountains of rubble. There were adventures to be had in the wreckage of downed Nazi planes, burnt out double-decker buses, or bombed buildings. But the boy didn't dilly-dally. Oh no! He was in a rush to get to his favourite place on earth, London Zoo. Apart from all the animals, the best thing about the zoo was that Eric could get in there for free. That was because his uncle worked there as a zookeeper. Uncle Sid was really his mum's uncle, but Eric always called the old man Uncle Sid too. Sometimes Eric would even help Sid with his work. This he loved more than anything. His dream was to be a zookeeper himself one day. To Eric, animals seemed so much nicer than humans. None of them made fun of his sticky out ears for a start. Some of them had sticky out ears too. No matter, they were all beautiful in their own way. Eric loved feeling the animals, washing them. He didn't even mind mucking out their cages. Some elephant droppings weighed a ton, and shoveling them was a two-man job. A spotter's guide to animal droppings. Ant, piranha, scorpion, penguin, armadillo, zebra, tiger, gorilla, camel, rhinoceros, elephant. Sid would smuggle Eric through the back entrance of the zoo. This way he would not have to pay the entrance fee of 6 pence, a small fortune from the small boy. Eric didn't have a penny to his name, let alone 6. So at 4 o'clock on the dot each day, Eric would arrive at the staff gate. In what resembled a military operation, he would remain outside and knock on the door. Then he would wait in silence and he heard the "Towing-tow!" This was his great uncle imitating the call of an owl. The sound meant the coast was clear. The next thing the boy would hear was the old man approaching. Sid had tin legs. His real ones had been blown off in the First World War. Whenever he walked, there was a sound of clinking and clanking and clunking. Clink, clank, clonk! "Pass, mad!" the man would hiss, hiding on the other side of the gate. "Wibble wobble!" the boy would reply. "Ha ha ha!" chuckled Sid as he opened the door. "In you come!" The password was different every day. The boy would invent new ones each time to make his great uncle laugh. Some of his favourites were monkey nut, ants in your pants, king pong, nicky nacky doo, willy winky, jelly bottom, Finky Foo Far, Under Fudder, Sir Humphrey Handbag. Thanks, Uncle Sid. How was school today? Said the old man. There was a strong family resemblance. Sid was short and had sticky out ears too. However, he also had a big bushy eyebrows and an even bushier beard. So that was where the family resemblance ended, because of his tin legs. The old man was unsteady on his feet, which were also made of tin. Sid looked like he was going to topple over any moment. I hate it, huffed the boy. I don't know why I bother asking. Those kids pick on me about my ears. Your ears look perfectly normal to me, said the old man as he wriggled his own sticky ears out with his hand to make the boy laugh. Ha ha ha! Don't let the bullies get you down. It's what's in here that counts, said Sid, clutching his heart. You are a smashing boy. Don't ever forget that. I'll try not to. Do you have any friends at school? Not really. Well, I know all the animals here are your friends. They love you so much as you love them. The boy hugged the old man, nestling his head in Sid's big round tummy. Wow! exclaimed Sid, flapping his arms around as if he were a penguin trying to take off. Sorry, I always forget about those tin legs. Don't worry, you'll be able to sell me off for scrap metal when I'm gone, he joked. The boy smiled. You're funny. Then maybe I won, but you have to keep smiling and laughing, or else what are we fighting for? I never thought of it like that, wondered the boy. But you're right, Uncle Sid. Do you need a hand with anything today? Oh, you're a good boy, but I've done all the mucking out. You go and enjoy yourself. Thanks, I always do. I know the animals will be pleased to see you after last night. The boy immediately knew what he meant. Last night there had been the worst bombing raid by the Nazi Air Force, or Luftwaffe, in London since the war had begun. As soon as the air raid warning went off, I woke Granny up. She doesn't hear too good. Yes, I know, she's as deaf as the post. And even though I was still in my pyjamas and Granny was in her nightdress, we ran to Blackfriars Tube. We slept the night down in the station with hundreds of others right there on the platform. How was it? He asked the man. Noisy, I bet. And smelly. Not the best night's sleep I've ever had. No, but at least you and Granny were safe. Where did you hide out? Me? The air raid warden wanted me to run to shelter. But I came right here to the zoo. I had to take care of the animals to try to keep them calm. The boy winced at the thought of them all suffering. How were they? I did my best, but the bombs kept on coming. Boom, 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 I'm afraid. To say your friend took it the hardest. She can't bear the noise of bombs. Frightened out of her wits she was. The boy gulped with fear. I better go and see her right away. You do that. I know you will cheer her up like no one else can. The old man ruffled the boy's hair, and Eric ran off searching of his friend. To Eric, London Zoo was a wonderland. you've never been outside London Zoo, but in here, just a few acres of the city were the most magical creatures from all over the world. Elephants, tigers, penguins, giraffes, zebras, bears, lions, waterhogs, crocodiles. But there's one animal in particular that Eric loved more than any other, the gorilla. Her name was Gertrude. Gertrude the gorilla. Thank you for listening.